Let's get straight to it. Quasi is cooking. He is cooking. Let him cook. He is the executive chef and he's standing on business with his ingredients. He's putting everything together and I'm absolutely loving it. You could tell he's the boss and he's making boss moves and I'm loving it, man. For him to sign Andrew Van, I might want to try to say his last name. That was an amazing pickup by the Dolphins, linebacker slash edge rusher. Also, Blake Cashman, linebacker. I love him from the Texans. And the guy that I like the most, Jonathan Grenard, defensive end from the Texans. And then that's not even it, y'all. Aaron Jones, he got him from the Packers. That's gonna be a revenge game. I cannot wait until we play against the Packers. And then he got Sam Darnold, bridge quarterback, and there's a couple other players I want to mention. But man, this man is definitely doing his thing so far in free agency. All we need is a defensive tackle and maybe a corner and guard and a center. That's what I'm thinking. But we can get some of that in the draft. But what Quasi is doing right now, I'm absolutely loving it. And let me just start with this player right here. I'm going to start with Blake Cashman from the Texans. By the way, DeMeco Ryan, very good job last season with the Texans, him being a head coach. He's got his team playing great on both sides of the ball and taking a chance on CJ Stroud, and he was the best quarterback so far in that draft last season. And the defense, man, is part of the reason for that success. And I'm going to say this. We stole two players from that defense, and I just love it, man. Blake Cashman is only 27 years young. He had a breakout season last season, and he's 6'1", 237 pounds, and he's from Minnesota, so that's cool. And he signs a 3-year deal with the Vikings, $25.5 million. That's not bad at all. He led the whole team in tackles with 106. He had 56 solo tackles. He had 1 interception, 5 pass deflections, and he didn't even play all the games because he got hurt, but he's all over the place. He has a high motor, and I'm going to say that high motor, I'm going to say that a couple of times talking about some of these players because every player that Quasi is signing, man, I'm trying to tell you, is perfect for Brian Flores. We seen what Brian Flores was working with last season coming from that Donna Shell defense, and then what it looked like with an undrafted free agent linebacker and Ivan Pace Jr. and Daniil Hunter and DJ Wanham and the guys. But this defense right here, he's getting a whole bunch of pieces for Brian Flores, and I'm trying to tell you, bro, this defense is even better. It's even better. The only player that, of course, I'm going to miss Daniil Hunter, and there might be a possibility that Daniil actually comes back. I'm hoping somehow, some way we can get him to come back. But if not, so be it. But this is a very good start. Blake Cashman and then Jonathan Grenard. And I'm going to keep it real, man. He's pretty much the replacement of Daniil Hunter. I don't think he's on the same level, but possibly maybe in time. He's only 26 years young, a 4-year deal he signs with the Minnesota Vikings up to $72 million. I don't know about the guarantees, but he's only 26 years young, 12 and a half sacks, and he has a high motor as well. Had 52 sacks. No, not 52 sacks. Oh my gosh. I said 52 sacks. 52 tackles last season. 1 forced fumble. 15 tackles for loss. 12 passes defended. I don't really want my defensive end defending passes all like that, but maybe he just hit the ball when the quarterback's throw. I think that's what that means. But then he has 22 quarterback hits, which I absolutely love. This was a great pickup. We stole 2 good defenders from DeMeco Ryans, and these 2 players, man, I'm trying to tell you. And I know they both had a breakout season. This is the year where they really did their thing. But I have confidence in Brian Flores that he's going to continue that trend for both of these players. Now, let me get to another linebacker slash edge rusher in Andrew Van Ginkel. I probably jacked up his last name. Don't come at my neck about it. He's only 28 years young. He's 6'4", 242 pounds. 6 sacks. This is another breakout year for this man. 6 sacks is his career high. Outside linebacker slash DE. 69 tackles, 1 interception. And that one interception, he got a touchdown. He intercepted Sam Howell from the Washington Commanders and ran it all the way for a touchdown. And he had 8 passes defended. And the one thing about Andrew Van Ginkel, the reason why I like this so much is because Brian Flores knows him a lot, right? He was the coach of him in 2020 and 2021, I believe. He had 5.5 sacks in 2020, and he had 3 forced fumbles in 2020 with 48 tackles. And then in 2021, he had 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 71 tackles. He's all over the place. High motor player. See, Queasy knows what he's doing, and Brian Flores is I'm trying to tell you, he's putting his, I want to say imprint. He's putting his, I'm going to say imprint on this team, especially on this defensive side of the ball. This defense alone is going to get us in the playoffs. I have a feeling, bro. If our offense can somehow be average or a little bit above average, we're a playoff team. I'm not into the, we're just rebuilding and we're gonna be bad for 3 years. I don't believe all that. Let's think of the opposite. Let's be like the Texans and get our rookie quarterback, you know what I'm saying? And go to the dang on playoffs and win our first game in the playoffs. Like, why can't we do that? We have a great defensive coordinator. We'll see about Kevin O'Connell and Josh McCown when it comes to developing our quarterback. And I'm gonna get to that soon. But let me get back to my guy over here, Van Ginkel. I just want to say this, man. Brian Flores knows he knows what type of players he wants. He knows what identity he needs to be successful. And I'm trying to tell y'all right now, you compare what he has now to what he had last season, it's night and day. It's night and day. Another thing that Queasy is doing, man, is he did get the bridge quarterback, Sam Darnold. I'm gonna keep it real, man. He was a first round pick in I don't even know what year. Was it 2018 by the Jets? Hasn't been successful in an NFL. He has it. Oh yeah, 2018 first round pick, 3rd overall pick by the Jets, right? 26 years. He's still 26 years old, yo. 6'3", 225. He has an arm, but I look at it like this. I don't really want to see him on the field. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't want to see him on the field. By the way, hold on.
Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button if you haven't already. It's definitely going down. Join the YouTube family. Diehard Viking fan from PA. Philly, everything besides football. And if you don't know who my football team is, the jersey in the back tells you everything you need to know. You see the helmet, you know the vibes. Let's get it. Skull, baby. This is looking good for us, y'all. I'm very excited about this offseason so far. But getting back to Sam Darnold, I don't really want to see him on the field. I hope we trade up and go get our guy. Jaden Daniels, maybe even Drake May, or possibly J.J. McCarthy, or maybe somehow, some way, Caleb falls to us at 3 or 2. Who knows if we trade up to 2. But if we trade up into that top 10, I don't want to see Sam Darnold playing. I understand if we trade back and our quarterback is not ready, he might need a couple of games. Okay, so be it. But I look at it like this, man. Like, I just want our guy. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing for me. I just want us to draft a guy, develop a guy, so we can say, yo, that's our guy that we drafted, that we groomed to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That's what I want for us. We deserve it as a Minnesota Viking fan base. We haven't had many great quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So I just hope we go that route. And Sam Darnold, I guess, I'm going to look at it like this. Kevin O'Connell, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he did make Joshua Dobbs look like a real-life superhero for 2 games. I was hyped, yo. I was hyped. When he won those 2 games, I was hyped, y'all. And then, Mullins, I don't want to get into it. Interception self. He just throws interceptions left and right. You get an interception. You remember when Oprah Winfrey was saying years ago, you get a car. This is what Mullins was saying. You get an interception. You to the left. You get an interception. The safety up the middle. You get an interception. That's what Mullins was doing. But he made him look all right. I mean, when you have JJ to throw the ball to, I mean, I guess it can make anybody look okay throwing for 400 yards, but you threw for 4 interceptions on top of that. But and then let me say this, he made Kirk Cousins look a lot better, in my opinion. That 2022 season, even though we lost to the Giants, that season, besides that 4th and 8, y'all, besides that 4th and 8, Kirk Cousins was on another level, in my opinion. I truly feel like that because he was making throws in double coverage, triple coverage, throwing it up to JJ. He was making some passes that I never seen Kirk Cousins make. It was his best season, in my opinion, in his whole career, watching Kirk Cousins. And Kevin O'Connell was a big part of that. And even before he got hurt in 2023, before he tore before he tore his Achilles, he was having a break. He was having a good season. The team wasn't doing that good, but for him, his personal stats and all that, he looked it excellent. I got to keep it real. Kirk Cousins looked good before he tore his Achilles. So I have faith that whoever is going to be the quarterback, I feel like he's going to put them on another level. He's going to make Sam Darnold, if he has to play, bro, I don't want him to play, but if he has to play, so be it. Not excited about it. But let's get to the running back, man. That was one of the biggest flaws that the Minnesota Vikings had, and Kwesi is cooking. Kwesi, let him cook. Head chef in town. Let Kwesi cook. Aaron Jones got released by the Packers, and literally a few hours later, he's signing with the mighty Minnesota Vikings. Let's go, baby. You know, his numbers aren't like the craziest, but I like the way he runs. He's a physical bat. The only problem with Aaron Jones is he gets hurt. Last season, he was having a tremendous season, but he got hurt. He missed 6 games. You know what I'm saying? He had 142 carries for 656 yards, 4.6 per carry, 2 touchdowns. His longest run was 39 yards. He only had 1 fumble. He lost 1 fumble. So let's look at his receiving. He can catch out of the backfield. So hopefully our screen game gets a lot better. That's one thing that we were missing all season was the screen game. I don't know what happened, man. I remember when Dalvin Cook was on the team, we was screening all day. It looked good. I don't know what's happening now. But we got to work on the screen game. But Aaron Jones can definitely catch. He had 30 catches for 233 yards, receiving yards, 7.8 per catch. He had 1 touchdown, but his longest catch was for 51 yards. That is awesome. That is awesome. So, you know, I like that. I like that. He can catch out of the backfield. He can catch a little bit. So I like him. He's going to be the RB1. I still feel like we need to go draft a running back for RB2 or potentially fight for RB1. I want it to be, you got to really earn it. I know he might be the best running back on the roster right now. He's better than Ty Chandler, but I want to draft Trey Benson. I know some people don't like Trey Benson from Fuller State. I like him a lot. I think he has a lot of potential. I would love to get Trey Benson in the 4th or 5th round in this 2024 NFL draft. This 2024 NFL draft, we better get our quarterback. If we don't get a center in this free agency, we better get that center. If we don't get a defensive tackle in free agency, we better go get our defensive tackle in the draft. And I like Chris Jenkins in the 2nd round from Michigan. I'm just saying. I like him a lot. But let's get to what's another position that we got. We made a couple other moves. John Parco Romo. He is a field goal kicker from the XFL. And his longest field goal was 57 yards. I know that might sound like, why are we talking about a kicker? Yo, we know how we struggled last season. Throughout the history, since I've been a Minnesota Viking fan, like all the way going back to Randy Moss, right? Like, we struggle, man. Like, I remember the one game. What year was it? Leave in the comments below. When we went against the Seahawks, right? It was like we had the game. It was in the playoffs. I think it was a wild card game. At the time, I was in the military. You know what I mean? At the time, I was in the military. And I remember like it was yesterday. My battle was like, yo, he gonna miss this field goal. I said, nah, he ain't gonna miss it. Bull missed the field goal and we lost the game, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I said, yo, this is crazy. It's been like, why do we have bad luck with kickers? Like, you know what I'm saying? We missing extra points. It's like, it's out of control. So we need all the competition we can get when it comes to special teams, when it comes to kicking. Also, Aaron Jones got a 1-year, $7 million deal. And I forgot to say that Sam Darnold got a 1-year, $10 million deal. It's not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. Oh, some other news that Kwesi is doing. Let him cook, y'all. Let him cook. Is we let go Dean Lowry, defensive lineman. I wasn't a big fan of him. I think he came from the Packers. I wasn't a big fan of him from the beginning. He didn't really do nothing for us. You know what I mean? And then we let go linebacker William Kwinku. I jacked his name up, y'all. I know I jacked his name up, but we let him go as well. But so far, this offseason's been terrific, tremendous. Y'all let me know in the comments below what you rate this. What letter grade do you rate this offseason so far? And I believe, like I said before, if I didn't say it, I'm going to say it again. Kwesi, I feel like this is his team. I feel like before it was just like, we just letting things flow, let things flow. Now it's like, yo, I'm not signing Kirk. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm signing this guy. I'm releasing this guy. I'm not giving him a contract. Harrison Smith is, I got his jersey on, y'all. I'm not sure if you can see the jersey, number 22, one of my favorite players in Minnesota Viking history. I believe he's going to be let go, unfortunately. But you got business is business at the end of the day, and I hope that whatever he goes, his future, I hope he doesn't do good against us, but I hope he does well. You know what I mean? Because I'm a big Harrison Smith person, but he did lose a step last season and he didn't look too good. You know what I mean? We got to do what's best for the team. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing, is getting closer to getting to that ultimate goal, and that ultimate goal is to win our first Super Bowl. We haven't won. So this letter grade so far, I'm giving it a B+, and the only reason why I don't give it an A- or A is because we still got to address. We got to see what happens in the draft, and we got to see what else happens in free agency. So we got a lot of time before free agency is over. Not trying to remind nobody no negativity, but we didn't realize we needed a guard until like week 5 in the season, and then we signed Dalton Risner. You feel me? I mean, I've been said it in the offseason. Dalton Risner should be the guy we should go get, but we gotta address this stuff before the season starts, and then get everything we can get now. So when the season starts, we're not looking crazy like, oh man, we should have got that. So, but yeah, y'all let me know in the comments below. I'm out. This is the end of the video. I truly appreciate you vibing with the bull. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I'm out.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.